Testing a new emissary build, and this time it's Monarch Emissary, and we're against Chaos Returns. So let's see who's going to start first, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe because the next emissary build involves fusions. So we're going to start with the Royal Decree, Emissary, Mobius, Torrential, and another emissary. Our opponent has the Duel, DD Warrior Lady, Nobleman, Solemn Judgment, and a Dust Tornado. Very nice. We draw into a Mystic Tomato, not bad. We're going to summon the Emissary, set the Torrential, and pass. He draws into another Solemn Judgment. It's not looking too good for us. He's going to reveal a Nobleman cross-up by accident. It's kind of revealed some private knowledge, which is never a good thing. So Duel is the card that he meant to play, and now he's going to discard our Emissary and Mystic Tomato. Now he's setting everything except for that other Nobleman. So the only play we could do is Tribute Summon from Mobius. He goes Solemn Judgment, but it's okay because Emissary still triggers. So we're going to get our vanilla, which is going to be the Charcoal Kampachi. Now the reason why we're playing him is because he has 21 defense, so it's definitely can handle cards like Zambira. So it's been showing to be very beneficial in this specific build, and I've been liking it quite a bit. Now another alternative would be the DD Trainer, especially since we're playing the Mystic Tomato, but it hasn't been too necessary for Mystic Tomato to summon a high defense at the moment, so I've been liking it as is. So now we're going to go Grace for Charity. He's going to go reveal another private knowledge cards. I don't know why, but it's Solemn Judgment. But we're going to play like we didn't see any of this. So we're just going to go and set the Royal Decree. He goes Dust Tornado, and look at that, Torrential. And now he's going to top deck into a Power Greed, gain a Blade Knight in Shining Angel. Now we're going to get hit with DD Warrior Lady, and he is going to set the Nobleman and the Shining Angel. We draw into a Sangan, and the only play we could do is just set the Kampachi, and then I put it back, and I'm like, wait, he has Nobleman. But then I'm like, let's not be a dick. So we're going to just pretend that we didn't see that card, so we didn't know. So Nobleman is going to get rid of the Kampachi, and then he's going to go and attack with everything. We have no choice but to take it all. We draw into Premature, not bad. We are definitely going to use it, being only at 800 life points. Get the Mobius, swing into the Blade Knight, and we are going to set the Sangan and pass. He draws to a Chaos Orc, but thank God he has no Dark Monsters. So we are just going to take his attack. So DD Warrior Lady is going to banish the Mobius. He does not attack with the Shining Angel, which I'm kind of happy about. But we draw into a Ring of Destruction, not bad. He's going to set another Trap Dust Shoe. We are going to set the Heavy Storm. He's going to set the Return that he just drew, and we draw into a Soul Exchange, which is not that good. Now he draws into BLS, so we're hoping he does not get a Dark Monster anytime soon. So we get our Apache, and we're going to set it. And we played quite a bit Monarch, so it's kind of shocking that we haven't seen one. So he draws into a Breaker, and he is going to use the effect. So we're just going to take it. Now, what comes to worst, we could always draw the game with Ring, so I'm not really too stressed out, and we have Royal Decree as well, so we could definitely handle it quite a bit. So we're going to set our other Apache, and look at that. That's a bit too much. So he draws into the Spy. He's going to set it. We get the Stalos. So now we're going to go Royal Decree because we can potentially end the game right here and right now. So we are going to go and Soul Exchange his face down, summon him, use his effect, and it is game. Now, if you're not familiar, the Stalos discards a card, and if it's a monster, you lose damage equal to its level by 100. So since he had a level 6 or level 8 and only 450, he was dead. If there was other plays that I should have done, definitely comment it down. So now we're into game 2. Super Ducky is starting with the Trap Dust Shoe, BLS, Smashing Ground, Shining Angel, and Zaborg. We have the Ring of Destruction, Royal Decree, Duel, Graceful Charity, and Thestalos. Not bad. He draws into Return. He is going to go and set in Shining Angel, Trap Dust Shoe us. He is selecting the Thestalos, which is very smart. So now we're going to go and do Duel. So hopefully we can snap something good, and it looks like it's going to be the Zaborg and the Return. Next, we are doing our Mystic Tomato, and we are suiciding. Now, since we are a turn player, our Mystic Tomato is chain link 1, so he has to special summon first. Now, we saw it's a DD Warrior Lady, so we are going to swing, so we could potentially do some deck thinning. But no, he decides to banish, which was actually pretty smart. So now Graceful Charity is going to draw 3. We're getting rid of the Royal Decree and the Brain Control, and then we're going to go and set the Ring and pass. Now, the reason why we kept the Soul Exchange over the Brain Control is because in case he decides to start setting monsters, Soul Exchange could work on face down or face up. So that's why we decided to pick that. So now we're going to go and draw into an Upstart Goblin. So we have no choice but to activate it, or it's just going to be a deck card. So we draw into Mirror Force, quite good. Emissary is going to attack for 16. We're setting the Mirror Force. He draws into a Heavy Storm. He's going to use it. We're debating if we want to activate the Ring, but I'm like, no, you know what? It's always better to let your opponent waste their resources than you waste your own just to add. So we're going to allow it. And now he is going to go Smashing Ground. So like I said, it's always better that he wastes his own resources. So now we get our Impachi and we draw into a Brain Control. Thank God we discarded the other Brain Control. So now we're going to set it. He's going to set his Shiny Angel. We draw into Emissary. Quite good. We're going to swing. He is going to spell summon the Shiny Angel. Next, he draws into Nobleman Crossout, which is going to get rid of our Impachi. And we're going to draw into another Impachi. Oh my God. So far in this match, you see our top decks has been pretty breaking at the moment. So yeah. So now we're going to attack with Emissary and then pass. He draws into Snatcher, quite good. We draw into Zaborg, which is actually a good card, but just not in this situation. So we have no choice but to attack with Emissary, trying to deal as much damage. He draws into Nobleman again, getting rid of our monster. So now we draw into Royal Decree, not bad. So we're just going to beat him with the Emissary in the meantime, and then set 2. He draws into Graceful Charity. Oh, that's not a good feeling. So he is going to go discard the Spy and the Trap. So now he has a Dark. He is going to spell summon the BLS, and he's going to swing, and we really can't do anything. So we're going to take it, and in total it's going to be 44 damage. So we're going to be at 700. So our Brain Control is completely dead. And it looks like he's going to set the 2. We're going to go Royal Decree. We draw into a Nobleman. We go Soul Exchange, and we're going to Tribute set just in case if he has like any Snatch Steal or possibility of face-up cards that could be beneficial in destroying our Zaborg, or even he could even do like if he somehow gets like a Dark Monster Chaos Shark to ban it or something like that. I just didn't want to take any damage and be safe since we're at 700. So he draws into a Zaborg. So it was a good call that we actually said it. So now I felt a bit confident, and I shouldn't have rushed it. I kind of regret it. I should have just set the Impachi and pass. So now he draws into a Spy, and this is not good because he's going to go Snatch Steal, and I'm like, oh man. So he's going to tribute some of the Zaborg, and that's going to be game because it just attacks directly. So now we're into game 3, and we're starting once again, and we have a Snatch Steal, Graceful Charity, World Decree, Card Destruction, and Impachi. Our opponent has returned to Rancho, Breaker, Sangan, and Solemn Judgment. Very nice. We draw into a Premature, not bad. Graceful Charity, get Emissary, Thessalos, and Soul Exchange. Very good. We're discarding the Impachi and the Card Destruction. We don't really necessarily need them. Now Emissary and World Decree is going to be played. Now he does summon the Sangan, and he is setting all of it, and we are definitely doing World Decree on the end phase. That is way too much. You can't be just chaining World Decree when it's this many back row. You activate it right away. I know it sucks because they're not really wasting any resources, but that is not a gamble you want to take. So we draw into Duel, which is beautiful. Now we're all set. All what we have to do is just attack with Emissary. They're going to add, and then we're going to go Duel. Because there's no point of wasting a Thessalos and discarding when we already had a card that could potentially do that already. And then on his follow-up turn, we could definitely do it later on. So now we are going to go and swing for the 16, the 600 Duel set, and then he goes Snatch Steal on his turn. Now we're going to take 16, but it's okay. We have Snatch Steal as well. Now we are going to gain 1,000. We are definitely going to Snatch Upstart as well. And we are going to poke for 16, which is pretty much going to be only 600. So we're going to set the Impachi. He draws into a Heavy Storm. We're happy because his board is completely occupied. He could make room though, because even though he's under World Decree, he can still activate trap cards. It's not like Jinzo. So if it was like a Pot Greed or something very beneficial, he could just use Dust Tornado, target wherever he wants. It doesn't work, and then activate the pot after. So it wasn't really the end of the world, but he's definitely not going to commit a play like that just to activate the heavy now. So he's going to pass. We're going to go and draw into Taranto. We're in a very good position, so we are going to tribute summon the Thessalos and discard the Heavy Storm. Then Emissary is going to add another Impachi, and then we're going to go Premature to go and special summon the Emissary. So we have 2 beaters that we can start benefiting off. So now we're swinging with both. He does not have Heavy Storm. That's good information. We're going to set the Taranto. He draws into MST though, so MST the World Decree. And now he's all set to actually do some plays, but we're not going to commit into anything. We're just going to go into a battle phase and swing. And he decides to take it, which I was kind of weird. And by the way, this guy is like has a very good rating, okay? But I thought it was kind of weird that he had the Dust Tornado and he decided not to, because maybe we're like kind of forced him to activate Solemn Judgment, or he didn't want us to plus as well, but it's going to be game if he doesn't activate it. And I know that we have quite a bit of back row, so I'm not too sure why he didn't. But to be very honest, I don't think the game would have ground out even further than this, since we had so much resources still left. And like that was actually it. Like even though like Emissary didn't have another target because all our three vanillas are actually here. Our opponent didn't know that, but we did have another Thessalos. We have a Soul Exchange, and in case if they top deck something that they could potentially set, or if they have a BLS or something, they do have the Solemn Judgment, but we do have the Torrential. So there's definitely ways to avoid. So there was a lot of interactions that could happen. But one thing I want to talk about is definitely this deck. It is amazing. I love it. Been having a lot of fun. There's a few things I do want to point out. So I did want to change like a few things. I do really want to add a Swords of Revealing Light, and also like maybe a second brain instead of like the 3 Soul Exchange. So then it's like more like diverse and it can handle more like defense position monsters. But one thing I really want to point out is the Monster Reincarnation. It is amazing. It won me so many games, and I do want to play 2. I did play 2, but then I traded the second one for Premature, which we saw in this match is actually pretty good. So I've been very debating. I'm like, should I really put the extra one, or is it good as is? So still building the deck and trying to try new things. If you have any ideas of how we can make this deck better, definitely let me know in the comments. If there was plays that could have been better as well, definitely let me know. If you enjoyed it as well, definitely hit that like and subscribe. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.